action be in accordance with NJSA 10:4-6. We're gonna have to switch this around, so. Join me with the pledge of allegiance and prayer, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Almighty God, we ask you bless this governing body with an abundance of wisdom and understanding, so that in fulfilling their public trust, every deliberation will result in actions that will promote the common good and general welfare for all the people of Morris Plains. Amen. Notice the members of the governing body and borough staff, any use of electronic devices during this meeting shall be used solely for the purpose of borough business. Roll call, please.
Mayor Carr.
Present.
Mr. Cortez.
Present.
Mr. Broom.
Here.
Mr. Houston.
Present.
Mr. Ivy.
Present.
Mr. Pontier.
Present.
Ms. Verga. Here.
Cortez, do you have anything for comments?
Not for this part.
Mr. Ivy?
No, sir.
Pontier? Mr. Bergen?
I do. Sorry. So I took a look at this is the boarding draft of the boarding ordinance, and I have copies here. I'll give that to the council. I also have some of the concerns that I have in the draft. Yep. My biggest concern is enforcement. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
My biggest concern is enforcement. Morris Plains currently does not have a housing authority. We have enough. Okay. So Morris Plains currently does not have a housing authority. While I agree with most of the items in the ordinance, and Tyler and Art and I looked at it, again, my concern is how we enforce it. I want to be responsible and make sure that when we pass it, that it can be enforced. The other officials that we have in town, whether it's the police department or the fire marshal, they have limited jurisdiction in what they can do, including our zoning officer. So some of the reports that have come in regarding some of the concerns about housing, our officials do respond, whether it's police or fire or zoning, but unfortunately it happens too late. We don't have any method to go in and really inspect these properties from a housing perspective in advance. So I'd like the councils to take a look at it and then provide their thoughts. I think Ms. Verga, you had suggested perhaps a joint partnership with another town that maybe does have a housing authority. So I'd like to really see if we can figure this out so that when we do introduce and hopefully pass this ordinance, that it can be enforced.
Well, I have a couple of comments. Mr.
Sure.
Houston. And with all due respect, this was given to you in August, and here we are now in October. We have residents that are relying on this ordinance. I prepared the ordinance. I don't think we need a housing authority to go in and enforce some of these rules that really our own people can enforce. Whether it's building, whether it's subcode, whether it's fire, whether it's anything. And to delay this further without putting anything in place, I think is just being irresponsible. We have people that, I just got pictures and texts from residents that are really being disturbed by this. And it's, I think something should be in place. I don't think it should have taken this long. And, I don't know what we're gonna do with the housing authority, okay? This is dwellings and all that other stuff, so. By the time you enter into a shared service agreement or whatever with some other entity, maybe possibly looking into it, whatever, that's months down the road. we need some relief, these residents need some relief now.
I can tell you that Fire Marshal Shea responded to one such incident. Unfortunately, when he got there, the incident had already been resolved, or the people had already left.
So we keep going, okay? That's one incident.
Well,
We
it's
keep
multiple
going, we
incidents.
keep going to try to get these problems, not just in one neighborhood, but there are several properties in town that are affected here.
I agree,
And I don't understand why this is taking so long.
because I wanna be sure that when we introduce it, that we can enforce it properly. The current enforcement, I don't think is adequate enough. They're doing everything they can.
So what about all the other ordinances that we have, the police or the fire, or the buildings, or health department, or any of those people that are responsible for those ordinances that we already have in place? Are we gonna have a housing authority now to take care of this?
I'm not talking about those ordinances.
Well, I'm asking. We have other ordinances where the enforcers are the fire marshal, the police, the health department, the building,
That was just a comment, but I haven't even seen this yet, so it's an offhanded comment where he is concerned about enforcement. So it probably was premature for him to bring it up at this point.
No, it wasn't premature. It's my view that we should have some sort of authority to do it. So I apologize if I brought you into it, it wasn't my intention, but, it's my feeling. But the reason I bring it up tonight is because I'd like to get the council's views on it. And Mr. Mayor, you've expressed your view on it.
yeah, this should have been done.
Could I ask
A
a
month
question since you
ago.
worked on this, Jason? I'm looking at it for the first
Can you use the
time.
microphone?
Sure.
Thank you.
You know, so have you seen this, John?
No, this is the first time I'm.
No, this is right.
Is this based on any
I've
other
seen-
existing
I don't know if
ordinances
this is the
that are
same
in other
draft that
towns?
previously.
Yes.
So what would give someone like cause to go in someone's home and like, what if I was having people over and somebody came in, whoever this enforcer is, and I was having people over and they weren't my family, and they didn't have these birth certificates and marriage licenses?
Well, that's not having somebody over, we understand
Well,
that,
I
it's for a
know.
prolonged stay,
How do
okay?
you know that?
Well, we're gonna have to find that out.
Not by complaint, I'm sure they
Yeah.
will complain on
Don't
the
like
incident.
complaints.
When it's like a month's time and you see different cars coming in, that's why they come in and say.
There are problem properties where there is a revolving door, okay, that we're trying to close,
Right.
okay? We're not gonna invade people's space or invade people's privacy or do any of that. We're trying to stop some revolving doors here in town. And problem properties that have been going on for years.
I know police have to have cause to enter some